I went out with a girl who had a boyfriend, and now she wants to break up with him for me, and I don't know what to do. So first, let me give you some background. I was at a small party of my best friend's about 2 weeks ago. He has a girlfriend who I got to know over the years. We are just semi-friends, if that makes sense. I invite her to my parties, she invites me to hers, but that's basically our entire text conversation. So I was at this party and started talking to a girl named Sarah. That's not actually her real name, by the way. She was alone at the party, and she was a close friend of my best friend's girlfriend. So nothing really happened at the party. We just talked and we clicked really well. I got her Snapchat and number before we left. I'm personally more of a personality guy instead of going for a looks guy, if that makes sense. And I was honestly very interested in her. So we started chatting and hit it off even more. After a week or so, I asked her if she wanted to get a drink sometime. She agreed, so the next day in the afternoon, we went out. Remember, at this point, I haven't asked if she is in a relationship. Neither has she mentioned anything to me that she is in one. So the day arrives and I ask her if she needs a pickup, and she says, "No, I have someone taking me there." So I go out with her and make some smooth jokes. She grabs my hand and then things kind of go from there. So after drinking and having lunch for an hour, I had to go because I had an appointment for work. So we walked to the place where she would be picked up. This is where things begin to go south. And at this point, I honestly should have seen the signs. So we walk back as she's holding my hand, and she drags me into a side alleyway where we make out for about 5 minutes. So first, here's some information. The alleyway connects to the parking lot, but it's at an angle so you cannot look into the alleyway from the parking lot, if that makes sense. So I tell her, "I need to go. Do you want me to walk you to your lift?" Sarah says, No, hurry to your car and go to work. I had a great time with you." Later, she texts me if I want to do something later in the week. I invite her over to my place for dinner, and we spent some quality time together, if you know what I mean. After I ask her if she needs a ride home, she tells me that someone's waiting for her. I let her go, and she tells me her lift is waiting around the corner. So me, someone who hasn't had a girlfriend in 5 years, tells my best friend about everything that just happened. I go over to my friend's place to tell him, and he grabs me by my arm and tells me that this lady actually has a boyfriend, and she's been with this boyfriend for 3 years. At this point, my heart rate starts rising, and my friend can see I'm in shock. So I explain everything to him, and I mean everything. I show him texts from this girl because I honestly don't know what to do. So my friend calls his girlfriend, who tells us that Sarah recently has been talking about breaking up with her boyfriend of 3 years since a couple of days ago. I am personally someone who would never ever cheat on someone or cheat with someone. So I feel awful and heartbroken. I felt so much anger and guilt towards Sarah. I went outside and I ended up calling her. She picks up the phone and tells me to wait so she can get more privacy. So that tells me that I know her boyfriend is there. I tell her everything and she starts crying and blaming it on me, saying that I never asked she was in a relationship, which is ridiculous. She tells me that she wants to break up with her boyfriend and be with me. My heart rate raises to the moon and I don't know what to do. I tell her, "Please, Sarah, don't do this." And I start yelling it over the phone. My friend comes out just as I hang up the phone. So that's where I am now. This literally happened today. I am heartbroken, sad, mad, everything, because I have done something that I would have never have done if she had just told me she had a boyfriend. Even after that, she tries to text me and talk to me about this. And personally, I just don't know what to do. After this entire altercation, my friend also told me that it was probably her boyfriend who dropped her on and off both of the dates with me. All of this is wild and I just simply don't know what to do. Boy, is this a heavy one. It sounds like the guy is an honest person and he really doesn't want to cheat or cheat with someone on their boyfriend. So I really feel for this guy of being really heartbroken. But in all honesty, this guy has no business being with this girl. If she could do this to her current boyfriend where she wants to break it off to go with another guy, then she could absolutely do it to him. This is not someone you want to be in a relationship with. At least he found out early and can get out now instead of waiting for 3 years like this lady's current boyfriend, who has no idea that she's going behind his back.
The full version of this story is on the Am I the Jerk YouTube channel, and there's a link to that down below in the description. And if there are any updates to this story, they'll be there in the same link. I'm sure by now a lot of you guys realize that a ton of these stories are actually submitted by you, the person listening. And there's no special requirement to submit a story. You yourself could submit a story right now if you wanted to. It can be completely anonymous. In fact, that's encouraged. And that way you can freely and openly share the most juicy secrets of your entire life if you want to. So how do you do it? Just go to AmITheJerk.com/submit. Make sure you read the rules before posting, but that's it. You just go to AmITheJerk.com/submit, read the rules, and post your story. Then you can check back on future videos to see if your story made it or not.